Hello, lovely people. Come on. Socrates and Game of Thrones. Been wanting to do a new video for a spell, but I've been rocking on 3 new novels and going through my editor's notes on another. And there's that job thing. Yes, musician is a job. It says it right there on some piece of paper I filled out one time at a place. Woe is me. Break out the sackcloth and ashes, people. So I try to read as much as time grants and watch the well-written shows, probably for entertainment and edification in equal measure. It helps my own writing and also serves as an asset when I have to talk about things with other, people. I recently reread a biography of my main man Socrates by Paul Johnson, brilliantly titled Socrates. And yes, I do mean Socrates. Anyway, I had to go on a colossal note-taking rampage. Paul Johnson is a great writer of history. He's one of my favorites. He's one of those types with the unmitigated gall to have a sense of humor. So it's disgusting, I know. For real, he's accessible and astute at the same time, and mostly not a stuffy prick. Trust me, I have a history degree. We are jerks. Anyway, big shout out to Paul Johnson. Do it with me and don't tarry. For real, he's like 100. Grouped in with my novels and my Socrates has been, you guessed it, Game of Thrones. This entails watching the actual show and also going on YouTube in a focused effort to have other people smarter than I am instruct me as to what my emotional state should be. In complete candor, I really do enjoy hearing different takes. The lunacy and the rage and the ecstasy and the worship and the well-reasoned. It's all good and totally more salubrious to my mental health than stupid things like exercise and proper life choices. So after the detritus left on the charred battlefield and battlements following the 3rd episode of Season 8, what do I think of Game of Thrones this far? Depends on definitions, and I'll get back to that, but just to avoid incurring the totality of your ire and wrath, I'll say with naked honesty that I think it's a very flawed, mostly entertaining show that I will watch until the end. For poker players, the term pot committed doesn't even begin to describe the situation. Sort of a cop-out, right? Not hard-hitting enough, I get it. Never was much of a hard hitter. Come with me for a second, though. Say you're walking around Periclean Athens. Socrates comes up and asks you if you like Game of Thrones. If you know anything about this shoeless creep, he's going to find a way to tell you you're wrong. I just go ahead and run away. Socrates was the first friggin' superhero. His superpower was the impish ability to make you feel like a stammering sack of crap. He'd prod around asking, what makes a good show? I don't know, Socrates. Is this writing correct? I don't know, Socrates. But is correct writing that which satisfies the broadest audience or that which edifies a smaller audience, or neither one? I don't know, Socrates. As a showrunner, is the moral choice the one that makes my employer happy? I don't know, Socrates. Is happiness a goal? I don't know. Is happiness a thing? We get it. This is the sort of thing that gets you the hemlock, We're talking about one of my heroes, by the way, so I'm not making fun. Well, I am, but, To quote Johnson, concerning Socrates, reaching a conclusion is not the object. The object, rather, is teaching the people to whom he is talking about how to think, and not least how to think for themselves. As annoying as this makes the guy, I give him props. He was like a philosophical, high-intensity troll that actually wanted the best for you. Imagine that. It'd almost be less annoying if he was out for money and sleazy chicks, though. But he never took money for his teaching. See? So as the opinions about Game of Thrones continue to roll, I'll have my humble takes and opinions, but leave them for open, revision. As for an example of my analysis, here goes. There's no way Tyrion Lannister hasn't been a friggin' baller. And yet I had to deal with endless scenes in those early days with him and his lady love talking about relationship pitfalls. This is back when the writing was good, whatever. So don't give me that rose-colored glasses thing. I say have a good time with it, deal with those inevitable cringe moments, or watch something else. Seriously. There's dragons and an undead army. If you want high-level writing in a show that hits all the marks, go watch The Wire or Rectify or The Leftovers. All that slow, boring garbage pretentious people pretend to like. Loathsome creatures. God, I wish The Wire was still on. In closing, I'm humbled by the amount of work that goes into a production like Game of Thrones. I'm also humbled when I read Socrates. He was a righteous dude and puts my own flaws on display. And makes Plato look like a wimp, even though Plato's the one writing about him. See, he's a superhero. So I guess I'm humbled. This doesn't make me feel as good as it should. I think I'll go back to being regular old me, the pompous, overworked, underpaid, insecure guy with Wi-Fi. Cheers, guys. Please like and subscribe. There's a button, I think, there. I'd like to just bump my stats from pathetic to sad at some point. Anyway, see you after.